I was really excited to see that the Congress was going to be in Italy this year. I've been to Florence, but I've never been to Turin or Milan, so I was just really excited to see what IKT was going to have us see and do here.
IKT is an association for curators of contemporary art. We support the curators in different capacities, but most of all to gather and connect them to each other. And we have a yearly congress, curators from all over the world gather for 4 to 5 days with a wonderful program. It's a wonderful opportunity to be able to actually be together for such a long time.
We haven't had an IKT Congress in Italy since 2001. So that's 25 years ago. I'm from Torino, so I was very excited about bringing this amazing group of curators to two cities that I think are well known, to show them also some aspects that are not maybe the usual sides of Torino and Milano that, curators would visit or artists would visit when they come to town.
Well, there's something special about meeting in person. You get more nuances. It's in real life, it's real life. But I think also it's because we are experiencing art together as well, and that's what we do. All we want to do is to be with art.
For me, the Congress has been one of the highlights of the whole year because of that personal connection.
This will be my third time attending. It's an unforgettable experience, and the people, the energy, the places we get to see, the access, to find that, to build that on your own, would take years. And this Congress allows you to have direct access like that.
We are at OGR, which is a wonderful place, experiencing exhibition dedicated to art and new technologies.
So the OGR was an amazing place, and the exhibitions there were both fantastic, but the whole complex was great.
It was the first time that I visited the place, and I really loved the installation and the new work of Lord Provost.
The show at Fondazione Merz, which has displayed the archaeological object coming from Geneva, where they staged a show about archaeological material coming from Gaza, saving it from destruction actually. And that was a nice dialogue between contemporary artists working on these things of memory, of survival, of leftovers, and archaeological material. So it was very nice to see how they interact, what they can say to each other.
It's a fantastic network, and I think particularly for us curators coming from Kentucky, it's a great opportunity for us to really connect with people who are coming from very different places and to have that opportunity that we otherwise might not have. There are opportunities to be involved in activities and in making things that can contribute to IKT and make other things that then make things possible for other people from other places.
This is my first Congress. We've seen Switzerland, and then we saw Abu Dhabi in the UAE, and we thought Milan and Turin sound closer. But also it wouldn't be possible without the grant that IKT provided us. These network just wouldn't be possible without that. If we can develop some international projects for Wales, that'd be amazing.
I always believe that in our work it's very important to create a network, especially in a system that doesn't recognize art as a work, even if it is, and it's very tough, and you deal with different things together. So this kind of association, it's very helpful to create something very supportive and something you can count on. So maybe if you want to develop a project abroad, you can remember about the people you met, and so it's something that can help.
So Mao had this exhibition from Chiharu Shiota from Japan. I was completely blown away by her work. because I felt her very honestly and truly connected to the essence of life, of being a human and being, in her case, between states of life and death. And it was so subtle and at the same time so powerful to be embedded in her threads installations and the colors, the red and the black, and it was really striking for me. So I really recommend people to go to see this exhibition. I've never seen so many installations by her in one place at the same time.
For 40 years, I've wanted to go to Castello di Rivoli. I remember when it first opened and everybody talked about it, and I was working in England at the time, and I'd just never had an opportunity to go to Torino. In a way, the way that art is dealt with in that kind of environment is it's the framework that I actually grew up with as a curator. And I like that idea of these artists having almost a room to themselves and it being a sort of conversation that goes on. And I think the director was talking about it as kind of being musical. I think that's a really interesting way to think about it. Seeing works in that context was really interesting because it moves away from a very common approach nowadays, which is to think of works of art as being about something. And of course, works of art address themselves to all sorts of stuff, but it moves away from the notion of storytelling to actually engaging you really immediately in thinking about how do you interpret this kind of stuff.
I've been a member since, I would say, 2009, and I see the community being larger and larger and more multicultural. The Congress, the program is so dense and marvelous, and I'm just, every time I'm super excited about how it's planned and what kind of values it brings to its participants.
Being the first time attending a Congress, I was very, very curious to see who were actually the members, because of course we all have to read our presentations online on the website. We read the spotlight interviews, which are great, but the reality is that I was really looking forward to just sharing time.
It is a beautiful occasion to connect and to exchange ideas and to talk about other curators' practices and to see if something can develop from there and in terms of collaborating or exchanges of ideas.
I went to an IKT Congress in Wales where I met a cultural practitioner named Joe Marsh over at TPOG. And we had an immediate connection, almost like a kindred spirit, over contemporary art that meets play with children. So we're currently working on initiatives that bring playgrounds into institutional settings and having artist installations incorporated with how they interact with children. It's been amazing to also learn from her about policy work and how play is a human right and incorporate that in my city back home in Kentucky, USA.
My name is Marta and this is Mauro, and we run French plays. French plays come from Shoreditch, London, and our previous address was 9 French plays.
We wanted to keep the philosophy of what French plays was in London, so a space for experimentation, a space for collaboration, and that's why we transformed ourselves in something slightly different, but keeping the ethics and the philosophy of it intact.
Some of IKT members were very important in the foundation of French plays, in inspiring us, in supporting us, in giving us ideas regarding how to build this place. And IKT is an incredible community. I joined last year, and since that I was very scared when I joined. I was like trembling the first time I had to speak and present myself, and it's like kind of like a mirror on what I want to become. All the incredible people that I met and we're meeting and we're collaborating with over the year are incredible, and having them all here, it's actually something that means a lot for us, because it means really this idea of IKT being a community, and we want to be a space for community.
So good morning and welcome everyone.
My name is Denis Maximov. I'm one of the co-conveners of this symposium, and we are very excited to have you all here. Philanthropy plays the incredibly important role in facilitating possibility of launching the experimental projects.
Accountability is a central part of philanthropy nowadays.
We observe that the state is retreating, and someone will fill this gap.
Since 2010, we have lent works to over 140 institutions globally.
It sort of dawned that whatever we have is something important, and it should be visible to a lot more people than just the 10 people or 20 people who come to our home.
Philanthropy can, in a way, open up our horizon and understand that the ecosystem is consisting of different roles with different actors.
In the context of dwindling state funding, the tightening rules of private sponsorship, we decided to devote the symposium to actually a very practical question of what sort of and types of strategies could be employed in order for us to continue what we do, actually, as the association.
If I can add on this, I still remember one conversation when you and me had, when one of the buses, like between Doha, I don't remember exactly where, and I think it was also this concept of frustration. Like why don't speak enough about how we can sustain, because artists, culture producers, everybody in the ecosystem of arts, but also educational projects, we all need money. And the question about money, as you were saying before, it's very challenging. So I think
it's a sneaky question.
And it's also difficult for us as curators and as thinkers to speak about money. It's vulgar in a certain time, but also it's so necessary to address it. So I feel it was coming, or at least from my point of view, from a sense of frustration and necessity to understand and to ask questions like what is out there and what we can learn and how we can survive.
A lot of people said, oh, but people buy it kind of as a sponsorship or philanthropical side. And Christo always said, no, we sell a commodity, which is an artwork, and with the money we can do whatever we want.
I will introduce you to Christian Levitt, who is a former top hedge fund manager that started collecting about 30 years ago. And
there's a whole small economy around the arts, and we have to be very, very respectful to who needs to make a living from this.
I really enjoyed the symposium, actually. The conversations that were being had there were really relevant, topical, and also inspiring for the work that I'm currently doing. And meeting people was also really important. I come from Malta, which is a country where access is sometimes a little bit difficult. So being one of the highlights was finding this community and meeting like-minded people who are working on similar projects that I can learn from and take inspiration from.
Very happy to be at Meet Digital Space in Milan, because since COVID I have been much involved into the digital part of curating, and I think it's also valuable institutions, which shows us how along the longer period of time and how history evolves, we actually have an expanded field of institutions.
So this is my 5th Congress. My 5th IKT Congress, and I just love the opportunity to collaborate and the access to different international perspectives. The Congresses really offer a lot. You know, like when we visit different cities, we get to experience the landscape and the culture and the art scene.
My background is a mix between art and economy, so I'm always very surprised when I see spaces that do that mix art and economy, because they invest in art, and sometimes, you know, spaces like legal studios or, you know, business can do that, and it's amazing when they meet a curator that can help them grow. And so the spaces was amazing, the welcome reception was amazing. So I really love this kind of mix. It was a very, very wonderful experience.
It exceeded my expectations. Ombretta, who was organizing the Italian edition, did a fantastic job of taking us to all these places that you would never really visit unless you have a sort of local guide and a reason to do so. I enjoyed the art, the architecture, the food was really great, and especially the company also.
I had a beautiful experience also personally. All the people were kind with me and I guided them around, so the relationship was very, you know, easygoing since the very beginning.
For new members, my advice would be to try your best to attend the Congress and network with people that you don't know. That's the best thing that you can do, is you set yourself up for success by networking with everyone there, because the people are really nice and welcoming.
You have to come to the Congress. You have to come. Like, it's a must. You know, it really is. It's a must.
Thank you everyone for coming, for joining us in Torino and Milano. And it was a roller coaster, but we made it happen. I'm so glad many of you said it was the first time either in Torino, Milano, in both cities. This was just a teaser. There's so much more to see and experience, so I hope this served as an inspiration to come back and spend more time in these beautiful cities and really soak into all that art and these art experiences and the artists are able to provide, to give you. And see you all in 2027 in Mexico City.